and Fortune Rose late. Norbu, Give Me the Goss, Sunshine Moshe and Fortune Rose drives and beat them all.
Yeah, great result there with Fortune Rose. She's interesting horse, doesn't she? She's that's her 5th win now. She's had about, I don't know, 27, 28 starts, I suppose, and she's earned 100,000 prize money. So amazing horses. They're nice and sound. They can keep racing, and eventually at the end of their career, you look back and they've won 5 or 6 races. You know, so well done to everybody there. I don't know where we'll go with her. Probably a couple of weeks' time. There's a little race at Werribee. She can probably have another crack. I think the owners are going to send her off to stud this year. So no doubt, multiple winning mares. She's a good type of mare. She's out of a good family. So her foal should be no reason why her foal wouldn't be able to gallop. So well done to everybody. Hopefully we win another race with her soon. Okay, runners, this week we're doing the videos, you know, a day earlier, so acceptances haven't even been called for yet, so these are a little bit hit and miss. But we'll head off to Warwick Nabil on Saturday. We'll start up there with Punk Princess. Look, she's been getting back and running home really strong over shorter distances. Just going to step her out to a mile and see how she goes. I wouldn't have thought that she could have run a mile when we very first got her. She was very fast and was pretty aggressive, but she's really sort of pulled her head in a little bit and she's been relaxing really good. And certainly her last race over the 1300, she sort of got back and was really strong through the line. So you would have thought just go to a mile and she'd be hard to beat. So we'll give her a crack at doing that on the weekend. Yendall goes on, so Warwick Nabil, mile, you know, if she gets there, I would expect her to be pretty hard to beat up there. If she runs the mile, she'll be right in the finish. Okay, Stawell Sunday, Stawell Cup Day, Stawell Gift weekend, so on Easter it's always a good weekend up there. A couple of horses running up there. I've accepted with Young Hostess in the Stawell Cup. I don't know if I'll run her there. There's a couple of options for her. Her first 2 runs have been great. I just can't find a race for her, so I'm just going to have to put her in a few races and see how we go. There's a nice race, probably going to have to go to Cranbourne with her in a couple of weeks. But anyway, I've accepted with her in the Stawell Cup. I'll have a look at that race. If it looks like she can run a place in that, we might have a roll of the dice and run her in that, but we'll just see how we go there. What else we got? Little maidener called Deploy and Destroy. Now, he's been going really well. He's a little bit down in the ballot, so he's not 100% sure if he gets a run yet, but goes to the mile. You reckon the mile will suit him down the ground? Don't know about the Stawell track, little sort of on-speed track, and he does tend to get back, but the races, I had him in a Benalla the other day, and the races got called off, so that didn't really suit. But anyway, he'll go really well. If he gets a run, he'll be sort of all over him, whether he can going to give him enough start and be able to reel him in at Stawell. Might not be the right track, but anyway, he's going well. Got a horse called Mauser in this weekend. He trialled up good the other day. I've got him in both at Stawell and at Sandown, so I've accepted at both spots, and I'll just pick the best race, the most winnable race for him there. I was going to run him actually this week, and he just had a little bit of a cough, so we waited a couple of days, and but he'll run somewhere. He'll either go to Stawell on Sunday or to Sandown on Monday. Big Hums. Now, Hums is going to get ready for the Warrnambool Carnival. I'm not sure if he's good enough to run in a Wangoon, but we'll certainly give him the crack of it. So I'm just going to run him on Stawell Cup Day. There's an 1100 metre race there on Stawell Cup Day. Then there's a 1200 metres on Terrain Cup Day, and then he'll go to Warrnambool and either run in the Wangoon, or there's a nice 1100 metre 78 race on Warrnambool Cup Day. So that's probably his map for the rest of this preparation. He'll go to the 1100, carry a heap of weight, but that doesn't really concern me. I think he's about 63, 64 kilos. But doesn't really concern me too much this race. I'm more trying to see if he'll run the 1200 on Terrain Cup Day, and that'll tell me a fair bit about which way we head on going into Warrnambool. But you know, Big Hums, he'll put himself in the race, he'll try his guts out, and you know, big horse like him does tend to carry weight pretty well. First starter called Smokin Soldier. Now, big raw sort of young horse. Give him a couple of trials. He does a little bit wrong. He actually, we need to actually put a barrier extension on the back of him. He doesn't fit in the barriers. He's that long. So they've been sort of jamming him in the gates, and he's been fumbling out of the gates and then sort of been a little bit aggressive. So put a good senior rider on him and just let him come out of the gates nice, find his feet and have him hitting the line. He's actually been showing a fair bit of speed out of the gates, but then one pacing a little bit. So I'm not really sure how he's going to fare going to the races. It'll just be, won't give the jockey too much riding instructions, let him find his feet and have him hitting the line. I think he'll probably be a mile or maybe a mile and a quarter horse. But no, lovely big horse, can really gallop, but he's just really raw and needs to go to the races a few times. So after, hopefully we have a good Easter, we'll head off to Bendigo on Tuesday. Or we might run Mauser on Monday. I'll just have a look and see. He'll either go to Sandown on Monday or to Stawell on Sunday. Not sure which way we'll go there with him yet. We'll then go to Bendigo Tuesday. Now, a couple of options there. I've got a big horse called CHESTORIUS. He's had 2 runs in, and then he goes up to a 2,400 metre maiden, his 3rd start in a race, and hopefully he'll get a run. He's a long way down in the order. He's unplaced in his first 2 starts, so he's unplaced. A little bit of a trick on where to run him next. But anyway, we'll accept with him at Bendigo Tuesday. Also got a little really fast mare called Varvu, so I just don't toss up whether I take her to the races first up there or whether I give her another trial. She just duffed the start the other day at the trials at Camperdown, and she sort of got a long way back and then ran home pretty strong. So I just want to see her begin a bit better, whether we just take a little bit of gear off her and hope that'll make her begin better. But I'll make that decision probably tomorrow when the acceptances come out. So it'll be Chestorius and Varvus in Bendigo Tuesday. Okay, on Wednesday at Sale, 1,700 metre race down there. I'll have either Miletus or If At First in there. I'll run one of those 2 horses in that, probably leaning towards Miletus. I had If At First in today, but she just wasn't quite right, so I just want to get a blood out of her and make sure she's okay. But probably go run Miletus down at Sale. That'll be sort of a big lead-up race for him, and he'll probably then go to the Chairman's in Adelaide, and then hopefully onto the Derby in Adelaide. So that's sort of we're sort of getting fair dinkum with him now. He ran really well first up the other night at Pakenham. This will be his 2nd up run. He'll be right around about the mark you would think on his first up run. If he performs well, we'll throw him in the deep end and see what how good he's actually going. But seems to be pretty good. He's in good nick, the horse. So I expect him to go really well down there at Sale on Wednesday.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. This week's horse is a horse called Smokin Soldier. He's a big raw sort of 3-year-old gelding by Warriors Award, and he's sort of just taking a little bit of work just to sort of get his head around what he needs to do to be a racehorse. He's sort of big spooky, sort of have a look. He just doesn't know how to stretch out, but it's sort of starting to come together slowly for him. And then he sort of, he'd want to run through the bridle, and then he sort of want to come back and he'd look at things. So just taking a bit of work with a bit of gear and just sort of long, sort of slow work with him just to sort of get his head right and just sort of get him to know what being a racehorse is all about. So he'll kick off his campaign at Stawell on Easter Sunday, 1,300 metres. So the 1,300 metres should really suit him, sort of perfect distance for him. He's had a couple of trials. He's done enough work to be fit enough for the 1,300. Probably just the knock against it is probably being Stawell, just that tight little track. It may be a knock against him for this sort of big raw sort of horse, but he's fit enough, he's ready to go, so he'll probably stretch out to maybe a mile, maybe a little bit further. I'm not sure whether he'll get there this campaign, but he's probably done a pretty good job to get to where he is now. Hopefully he can sort of be competitive over 1,300 on Sunday, and then sort of we'll stretch him out over the 1,400, and hopefully he gets to a mile, and hopefully he can put one away this campaign. I'd imagine he'll be a horse that'll just get better and better with racing each time we bring him back. So if he can sort of be competitive first up and put one away this prep, I think he'll take massive improvement from that.
That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Busy sort of week this week. A couple of horses racing at Stawell, which is good, and really busy the rest of the week, which is good. What else? I see the ATA have put in a submission to increase prize money in Victoria, so that's always a good thing. During the lockdown at COVID, everyone was betting, so the turnover was up, so the industry made plenty of money. So anyway, it'd be good to any sort of increase is really a good thing. On Big Jobs, he'll be back on next week. He's got a little segment next week all lined up, so that'll be interesting. Also, check out our horses available. There's a couple of new horses on there if you're interested in taking a share in a horse. There's a couple of nice young horses that are sort of we've just sort of going to syndicate up. We've sort of hung on to them, and now they're ready to sort of be syndicated. So plenty happening in the stable, plenty happening around the place. So really busy time. Till next week. See you later. Interesting sort of day. Actually, while I'm thinking of it, have I accepted with that little mare?
I forgot about the Easter bunny.
What's up, Doc?